Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Python related tutorial by Slidescope. In this part we are learning a simple thing, that is how to extract data from a website using Beautiful Soup library, or how to scrape data. So web scraping is a way of data collection. The first thing that we have to do is install dependencies, but before that we will open colab.research.google.com or simply search Google Colab and log into your Gmail account, and it will open Google Colab for you. Google Colab gives you a Jupyter notebook, a cloud hosted Jupyter notebook, where you can create your programs. Here we have web scraping tutorial with Python. So in our web scraping tutorial with Python, first thing is always install the dependencies. In When you are doing it in a simple command prompt, you can directly write pip install request or etc. But here you can write with the help of exclamatory sign. So write exclamation sign and pip install request. When you will run this, it will start connecting to the runtime environment. Basically, it will connect to Google Compute Engine with Python 3 installed, and you can see it will give you some RAM and hard disk to work. Now you have it installed. So requirement already satisfied means it already had the library. So once the library is installed, we can import request. Request is used to connect to a URL. Whenever we have to analyze a URL or scrape a URL, we can always use the request library. And Beautiful Soup, so BS4 is the library. Beautiful Soup 4, we will import the Beautiful Soup class, so it will install here. So now the libraries are imported. Then you can send requests to your desired target URL. So for example, we are considering our own website. So slidescope.in Python programming tutorial is there. On this page, you can find the complete Python tutorial chapter by chapter. So we will use this URL to scrape some data. So just replace the URL here, whatever website you want to scrape. Make sure you have the necessary permissions to do the scraping, or you are doing the scraping for ethical means, so for ethical purposes. Now we are scraping this website here. Here we have headings, paragraphs, we have a SEO title, SEO description, those type of things are there. So URL is this, and whatever is there inside the URL, so request.get is going to get that content in the response variable. So it is getting the response. Okay, when you will try to print the response, you will see that it's a response 200, kind of represents a success message. So check if the response is successful. So we will say if response.status code is 200 that you just saw, so we will print successfully fetch the web page, else we failed to fetch the web page. What happens, suppose this URL is not available, let's say we by mistake we wrote the incorrect URL, so then you will get some kind of error. So that's why having the correct URL is important. And then you can see Python has successfully fetched the web page. Now whenever we'll fetch the web page, right click and view page source. So you can see the page source is HTML, the output is HTML. Basically this is how the browser sees your website, right? This website is created with the help of PHP and MySQL, basically in WordPress, and after getting passed on browser, it appears like this to end user, but in actual it has this HTML content. In HTML we have these tags. HTML tag, head tag, meta tag. So must be familiar with basic HTML programming in order to do web scraping actually. So in HTML everything is a tag. Okay, let me give you list of some popular HTML tags. HTML programming starts with HTML tag and ends at HTML tag. So this is opening HTML and closing HTML. Inside HTML there is a title tag and there is a ending title tag. Title is the page title where you will write your page title. Search engines also look at this title, but this title is written inside a head tag. Okay, and there is a closing head tag like this. Below the head tag there is a body tag. In body tag we put the content that we have to show to our users. In body tag there are tags like h1 tag. H stands for heading and 1 is size. This is main heading. Then there can be h2 subheading. H2 is smaller than h1 and so on. Similarly there is paragraph tag which is, starts with P, ends with P. This is paragraph. So you must be familiar with some basic HTML programming to style your elements. For example, here you can see some elements are appearing blue in color, some are appearing black in color, some of them are bold, etc. So sometimes to style them, we give them some kind of class. Class is an attribute, and let's say we give them a class is equal to slide scope or something else. So this class basically means that we are styling something, and this class is it defined in CSS. So I have a separate complete video for CSS or HTML. If you are interested in that, you can go to those videos and watch them. But if you know this stuff, then you can simply proceed now. So after doing this, the next thing is to parse the HTML content. Okay, so we will create a variable called soup, and beautiful soup is the class. So we are creating an object here from this class, and in the object we are providing response dot text. So this is response. If you will write response dot text, that will be the entire content you can see here. So this response dot text is basically the entire content that you are seeing in the source. Okay, so now we have got the content. So that's what we are giving to this beautiful soup class, and we are using HTML parser here. Like we want to parse it as HTML. Now after doing this, we can extract a specific data. As I said, there are different elements in a HTML code. For example, here you can see this is meta tag, this is title tag. Okay, lower down your body code, you will this is all CSS. So you can see there are script tags and there is div tag. Div is a container. Container is where you put things. For example, this is one container, this is another container. We have given this container a width of around 30%, this around 70%. There is another container on top which contains our menu. So this is all which is shown inside a container. So every div has a class. So now what we are doing is we are simply extracting the title of the page. So you can see the title of the page is Python programming tutorial, Python programming introduction slide scope tutorials. So in order to get the title, we will write soup dot title. So title is the tag dot text. So we are fetching that title and saving it in the title variable. And when we will write it, you will see page title, the same title that you are seeing here. Or in another way, just find the title tag here and whatever is inside your title tag. Okay, so there are 58 titles. We will just use title tag. Title tag will be only one. Okay, so usually, not usually, but in a page there is only one title tag because that is the one page. One you know what this page is all about. For example, here the title tag is a simple tutorial on extracting data. Here the title is web scraping tutorial. So and every page will have a unique title. That's why we are writing it as this. Next is uh, heading tag. So yes, there is only one title, but heading can be n number of headings. Okay. For example, here you are seeing this heading. This is also a heading. Okay. This is also a heading. So title is one, but heading can be multiple headings. So that's why we have to use a loop. So when you will write heading is equal to soup dot find all. So here you can directly fetch the title because it is the only title that our page has. So if something is present only one time in your page and you know that, so you can just use that attribute. So soup dot title, just name of that title and it will fetch. But when you know that there can be n number of h1 tags, so let's see how many h1 tags are there. So just write this and h1. Okay, so we can write h1 like this. So you can see there are 0 h1 tags. Let's write h2. There are 4 h2 tags. Okay, so what I am going to write here is we will find all h2 tags, all subheadings. So we are saying heading is soup dot find all h2 tags. All means these 4 h2. You can see in one we have written Python programming. Then there is another tag application of Python. So this way, whatever is written inside that h tag, this is tag. Okay. Inside the tag, we have given a class WP block heading. But inside the tag, the text that is written is applications of Python. Similarly, if we will go above, we'll say here h2 tag, and the text that is written is Python programming introduction, that is written inside h2. So in our tags, for example, here paragraph is the tag, here main heading is the tag. So in our tags, whatever we have written as a text, we can fetch and print that. You can see. So we in 4 headings: Python programming introduction, application, Python programming introduction, application, right? So this is something it will find. Similarly, if you want to find all paragraphs, so let's copy this and you can write paras is equal to soup, or let's like paragraph. I don't know what's the meaning of paragraphs. So paragraphs is equal to find all p tag. Now there can be hundreds of paragraph tags. So we will write for p in paragraphs. We are writing for loop. We will write p dot text. Whatever text is written inside that. So you can see Python is a versatile high level. This is one paragraph. If we want to, you know, uh, show some kind of separation, so we can also write it like this. Like we can just create a simple line like this. So you can see this is first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph, and so on. So this is how you can find information written inside all paragraphs. So here we are doing some scraping, and we will create another tutorial where we will teach you how to store that information in a database or a Excel file or somewhere, right? Or a JSON file, so that you can analyze the data. So this is data collection, right? So we are fetching some information and we can connect with SQL Server, MySQL Server, PostgreSQL, any server, and store this information there. Or just store this information in a simple plain text file or Excel file or a JSON file. So we will learn that in the second part. But here we are learning how to scrape data. Now, after doing this, as you can see paragraph tag. Now extract links of anchor tag. So anchor tag is used to create hyperlinks in your website. It is given as ahref is equal to something a. Click here is the text https slidescope.com is the email is the link, sorry. So basically it will create a hyperlink like this. Okay, this is hyperlink, or this is hyperlink, this is hyperlink. So this is hyperlink text, and when we will click on it, it will take us to a link. Okay, so that is what this simple hyperlink does. So it is written like ahref is equal to, you can see on this page we have a lot of hyperlinks. Okay, because all these chapters are actually hyperlinks. If I go to Python variables chapter, this is a hyperlink. Go to Python numbers chapter, it is a hyperlink. So if you want to fetch all those links information, so that href is known as attribute. So ahref is attribute, class is attribute, slide scope is value of that attribute, https slidescope.com is value of href attribute. A can have other attributes like title is equal to. Okay, so the title is slide scope. Let's say we are writing it like that. So title href. A tag can have n number of attributes. Some common attributes are class, ID. These type of attributes are there. If multiple tags or if multiple elements need to have same styling, like all these elements have the same styling, you can see. So if multiple elements needs to have same styling, we assign them the same class. If one element specifically needs some specific type of styling, we give them ID. So ID is identity of one particular tag. So it is very important to assign a unique ID to tags. So that's why these attributes are there, and based on these attributes we can actually fetch information. So that's why this will be useful. So soup.findAll a, we are going to find all a tags, and for link in links, so we are saying links is all links, it will be a list of links, and we are saying for link, one link in this list, link dot get href, get their hyperlink, reference, or get their text href value, and print that href value. And we will simply use this dummy line here so that we can see them separately. So now once you will do this, you will see all the links. So these are basically all the chapters you can see, right? So if you want to print their text also, so what you can do, so you can write it text is equal to link dot get text, or you can write link dot text. So link dot text is a property, but link dot get href is when we have to get their attribute value. So this way you can see. Okay, so you can see in some cases content is written. So now we definitely got the text, but we never printed it, right? So we can say print href. We can create a separator, and here we will say print text and then separator and then href. Let's see what happens. You can see. So now it will give you that text, and that's after separator the link. So this way you can fetch attribute value, and inside that attribute or you can simply get the text property. So this is important here, and that's how you can fetch any information. Now, suppose you want to fetch data from a specific section. So div table are used to create specific sections in website. For example, here you can see there are two sections. So we can go and inspect the section, right click and inspect. So you will see this section is basically, econ inner or elementor. So these classes are given to these sections. Okay. So this is basically the section. So let's say it is given as div class econ inner. So I will just write this section class here. Now whatever text is inside this econ inner section, because this is given with div class, you can fetch that. So we can go and let's say div content is soup.find div. So we are finding a div with class of econ inner. Okay, and we are printing the div content if div content else, otherwise we will say no content find or found. So you can see a lot of content is written inside that div, and we were able to find that because this is basically this content that we are seeing here. So in this basic tutorial we learned how to extract data from a specific section. If you want to find all, you can use the find all method. If you want to just find one element, you can use the find method. Now if you have to handle websites with dynamic content, you can install Selenium, and for Selenium we will create another tutorial. But for beginners, it is always good to start with Beautiful Soup, so you get some basic holdover data scraping and learn HTML. If you already know that, then you can directly try this. I hope you like this tutorial. If you did, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, that helps us a lot. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.